I can't feel my face now.
Now, in the light of day, the young are extremely vulnerable.
What the?
They must get to the sea as soon as possible.
Yo!
But their trials have only just begun. Many will drown in the pounding waves.
What?
Now, in the light of day,
Stop. Stop.
This is Jekyll Island, where in 1910, representatives from the Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Morgans, and other private bankers gathered secretly to draft the legislation that would create the Federal Reserve. I found it revealing that in the same year the Federal Reserve was founded, 1913, the Internal Revenue Service was also established. An income tax was then instigated so you and I would have to pay the politicians' debt plus interest to the bankers.
The problem is we have a privately owned central bank system in the United States disguised as a government-owned system. Now, if you look in the telephone book here in the Washington, D.C. area, you look up for Federal Reserve in the blue government pages, it's not there. It's in the white pages right next to Federal Express. It's a privately owned central bank.
Central banks are banking cartels which have gone into partnership with the respective governments in the countries where they operate. And they've been given monopolistic power over the creation of the nation's money supply. This is Jekyll Island.
Yup. Y'all already know, bro. This is what happened. A bunch of really wealthy people came together, right? And they said, look, if we pool our money together, right? Yeah, I need to eat something. If we pool our money together, we can have our own bank. And we can say, hey, the United States, we will be your bank. Okay? Stay with me. If you don't understand how important this is, I'm going to get to a major crucial point in this. We're going to be your bank. Now, the United States was like, look, we've been going through war. We've been, we've been having some problems, bro. We need some money. They was like, yeah, we'll get you the money. We're going to have a bank where all of our money is going to back this bank. Okay? All our assets will back this bank. What we're going to do for you is you make us your bank and we're going to open up something called the Federal Reserve. Okay? And we're basically going to print you the amount of money that you need, which we will always back that money. However, when we pay you that money, we expect you to pay us back with interest. Now, here's the thing, right? The United States is borrowing money and then being taxed interest on that money. So you come out with the Internal Revenue Service so that you can institute a nationwide taxation, which is unconstitutional, by the way, so that you can pay that interest back, right? So you borrow $1 million, and let's say you owe $1.2 million at the end of this loan. Right? Let's say it's a 2-year loan of $1 million. You got to pay back this extra $200K. So you tax the people to make not only the million, but the 1.2. But you're using the money that they got that was also distributed from the Fed, because the Fed is the one printing the money. So we're talking about paying back something with only enough to pay back what has been given in the first place, and then being taxed on top of it. So you're always going to owe more than what exists. If I give you 5 marbles and I tell you pay me back 7, and you distribute this 5 marbles amongst you and your family, how are you going to pay me back 7 marbles? Let me tell you how. You're going to borrow more marbles from me. Now you're coming and you're saying, hey, I need another 12 marbles. because I got to pay you back the extra 2 that I owe you, and I need another 5. Trapped right there. Now you are in debt, right? And the only way to get out of this debt is to destroy the Fed. I don't know if that, I don't know. That's, you got to understand what the Fed is into, who owns it, what they're into, what they got at their disposal. You know what I mean? Because, boy, that's a long conversation. But I just wanted to break down the Fed for those of you that don't understand the Fed and why it is so bad for America to have a centralized bank. You don't have other millionaires out there that are backing their own banks from different assets that are not American dollars. Like, you can't have gold, Gaddafi, and do your own thing, because it destroys the American dollar. It destroys the Fed. It makes them not necessary. It's boy, if we started paying each other without money, like if we started using, like, let's say everybody grew vegetables, for instance, and fruits. And you started saying, okay, that oil change is going to cost you 10 bananas, a bag of oranges, and 5 pounds of rice. Okay, cool. Let me pay you that. Pop. Things change. Because that's what it's really about. It's about food. It's about food, man. Food is the #1 currency on earth, because as a human being, you need it to survive, right? At least you think you do. So therefore, you'll do whatever's necessary to eat. And then you want to be able to eat in privacy. So then you look at having a place to live, a dwelling, as the next thing, right? You want to have privacy. You want a place to accumulate your things and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the one most necessary thing for you and anybody around you is food and water. And if you invest in anything, it should be food, water, and some type of currency that is outside, or some type of money, that is outside of your centralized banking network. Man, let me shut up, bro. Let me shut up.
What if the government made a list of authors whose books it wanted banned?
Ooh.
And also went to all of the publishing houses in America, the government did, and said, do not publish the books by any of these authors, or we will punish you. Is that a problem in the First Amendment?
Already does that.
My hope is that the government would not be involved in the decisions of a private company.
Good. I would hope so, too.
YouTube.
But apparently that is not the case in the United States of America today under this administration, because the hypotheticals I've just given you aren't hypotheticals at all. They've happened. And we know that they are happening. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals just ruled in a case, Missouri versus Biden. I'm sure you're all familiar with this. It's going to go down, I think, as a landmark case in the worst possible way in First Amendment law, because what the Court of Appeals found is that the White House, not just the federal government, but the White House, actively coerced every major social media platform in America. Let me say that again. Every major social media platform in America to ban speech that the White House did not like. What are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about speech on the COVID-19 pandemic, speech on the 2022 congressional. What if the government made
Yo, chill out, bro. I've already got a strike from YouTube before from speaking my First Amendment mind. New era.
I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me. I'm feeling quite bad, so take another token. Yeah, there's jokers all around me.